Hello students, welcome back to our classes. So in our last video, we have completed one point of chapter 4th, that was process of accounting. And now in today's class, we will discuss about the basis of accounting. There are two main bases of accounting, that are cash basis or accrual basis of accounting. One of the main objective of accounting is to ascertain the profit or loss of a business enterprise at the end of an accounting period. You know that every business transaction calculates its profit and loss after the ending of accounting period. There are two bases of ascertaining profit or loss. The first one is cash basis and the second one is accrual basis. As the names are denoting here, cash basis includes only on cash transactions. Under this basis, incomes are not recorded unless they are received in cash. Similarly, expenses are recorded only when they are paid in cash. In other words, credit transactions are not recorded at all and are ignored till cash is actually received or paid for them. So under cash basis, what is our conclusion? That incomes are recorded when they are actually received or expenses are recorded when they are actually paid. All the credit transactions are ignored in this. They are recorded when they actually received or when they are actually paid. This profit is merely the excess of actual cash receipts in respect of sale of goods and other incomes over actual payments in respect of purchase of goods, expenses on wages, salary, rent, etc. So you can say that how we calculate profit in cash basis. In cash basis, we calculate profit only by cash transactions. Means all cash receipts minus all cash payment, that is profit. But what do you think, that is this actual profit? No. Because you know that in a business if there are 100 transactions, so out of 100 there may be 40 transactions are on credit. But in cash basis, you will record only that 60 transactions that are in cash. So what about the 40 transactions? Are these not business transactions? These are, but you don't record because you are following cash basis of accounting. Income or profit is calculated with the help of the receipt and payment account. Receipt and payment account means it is a type of account which includes all the receipts and all the payments. Debit side, that is receipts, credit side, that is payments. This basis is useful for professional people like lawyers, doctors, chartered accountants, etc. Means the cash basis of accounting is suitable only for professionals like doctors, lawyers, because there are no credit transaction for these persons. They do all transaction in cash, so easily they can do their accounting on cash basis. What are the advantages of cash basis? This basis is simple, realistic and satisfy the conservative instinct of many people. As you know that this is not a perfect basis, so automatically it will be simple. You are recording only cash transaction. So this is simple method, or it does not require the use of estimates and personal judgments. As we discussed that it records only the actual receipts and actual payments, so it does not require the use of any estimates, any personal judgments. Or it is suitable for those enterprises where most of the transactions are on cash basis. If any transaction, if any business is there, they are preferring only cash payments or cash receipts. So this basis of accounting is suitable for those business. Disadvantage, as you know that every thing has two aspects. Some pros, some cons, means some advantages, so some disadvantages are also there. So we have discussed the advantages of cash basis. So now let's discuss about the disadvantages of cash basis. It does not give a true and fair view of profit or loss and financial position of the enterprises because it ignores outstanding expenses, prepaid expenses, accrued incomes, and income received in advance. These four are very important terms: outstanding, prepaid, accrued, and income received in advance. What are the meanings of these 4 points? Try to understand. Outstanding expense. Outstanding expenses means the expenses are incurred but still not paid. Suppose that you are running your business in a rented building. Means you don't have your own building, you are running this in a rented building. You have used this building full year. You have used this building full year, but still you paid the rent only of 10 months. So what you will say, the 2 months rent is outstanding because you have used that building, expenses have incurred, but still you did not pay the rent for 2 months, so that will be called outstanding expenses. In the same way, employees are working in your business, in your enterprises. Suppose that now it is the month of August. In July, you have taken full service of your employees, you have taken full work from your employees, but still, like today is 6th of August, so still you did not pay the salary of July. July month's work has been done, but still you did not pay the salary of July month, so you will say that your July salary is outstanding expenses. I think now it is clear about outstanding expenses. Let's move on the prepaid expenses. Prepaid, name is denoting the meaning of this expense. Prepaid, you know about the charges, mobile charges are also there, prepaid or postpaid. So what is the meaning of prepaid or postpaid? Prepaid means services are not rendered here, but you have paid the payment in advance. Like the mobile charge, that first you have to do recharge of mobile and then you take the services. So in the same way, you did not take the services, but you paid it in advance. The next point, accrued incomes. Accrued incomes means you have given your services, but still you did not receive the payment. It is a outstanding income. It is also same as outstanding expenses, but that was expense and this is the income. This is only the difference. That was outstanding expense and this is outstanding income, but name is here accrued income. Means you have given your services somewhere, but still you did not receive the money. And incomes received in advance, this is same as prepaid. Still you did not render your services, but you received in advance. So cash basis of accounting does not include these outstandings or some due payments, some due incomes. So that's why it does not give a true and fair view of profit and loss or financial position of the enterprise. The second point is here, it does not follow matching principle of accounting. What was the matching principle? If you remind, in the 3rd chapter we discussed about this principle, that if you are recording your revenue in your profit and loss accounts, so all the expenses related to that revenue should also be recorded. Means you should match your revenue with your expenses. Then only you can find the correct profit or loss of the business. So the cash basis of accounting does not follow matching principle. For example, acquisition of goods will have to be treated as expenses of the period in which payment is made instead of the periods in which benefits are derived from them. What he wants to say, that acquisition of goods, if you are purchasing any goods, so it will have to be treated as expense of the period in which payment is made. Suppose that in this year, if you purchased goods, so obviously you will show the payment in this year, that we purchased the goods of rupees 2 lakh, 3 lakh, whatever. This is the cash basis. The third point, there is a great possibility of manipulation of profits in cash basis of accounting because payments may either be delayed or made early, and similarly incomes may be postponed or collected early. Means you can say that cash basis cannot show true profits. There may be some manipulation of profits in this basis. Or fourth point, the Companies Act 2013 does not recognize it. This is the most important disadvantage of cash basis, that Companies Act 2013 does not recognize the cash basis of accounting. Companies Act says that this is not a good way, this is not the best way of accounting, so it does not recognize this basis. Let's discuss about the second basis of accounting, accrual basis. What is the meaning of accrual? Means in this basis we will record all the transactions, whether that are cash or whether that are credit. Under this basis, incomes are recorded when they are earned or accrued, irrespective of the fact whether cash is received or not. Example, sales made on credit will be included in the total sales of the period. How? Let's take an example of this also. Like this is the year 2020-21. Means this year has started from April 2020, it will end on March 2021. And this year means 12 months salary will be 2 lakh. Suppose that any employees there whose salary is 2 lakh rupees, out of 2 lakh you paid only 1,50,000. Out of 2 lakh you paid only 1,50,000. So in accrual basis of accounting you will record 1,50,000, that is cash salary, and 50,000 you will show, that is outstanding salary. But you have to show full salary of the year, whether that is paid or not, means 2 lakh rupees. While if you are accounting from cash basis, so it will include only that 1,50,000 that you actually paid during the year. It does not include the outstanding payments. So we can say that accrual basis includes all the transactions that are of current period, whether that are paid or not. Similarly, expenses are recorded when they are incurred or become due, and not when the cash is paid from them. Example, rent due to landlord but not paid will be treated as expense for the period when it is due and not in the period when it is paid. Same example like salary, that if you are paying rent to your landlord, rent is of 12 months, but out of 12 months you are paying now only of 10 months, and 2 months rent is outstanding. So according to accrual basis you have to record full rent. 10 months rent you will show like cash paid, or 2 months rent you will show outstanding rent, but you will record full rent. Hence, in accrual basis, profit or loss of a particular period is the result of matching of the revenues earned and expenses incurred during the period. This makes it necessary to consider outstanding expenses, prepaid expenses, accrued incomes, or income received in advance for the preparation of financial statements. Under the Companies Act 2013, all companies are required to maintain their accounts according to accrual basis of accounting. Companies Act recognize only accrual basis of accounting. It does not require cash basis. You can understand by your practical knowledge also that how a cash basis is suitable. It is not suitable. It is suitable only for professionals or only for those business, those enterprises, they are doing their transaction on cash. But for a normal shopkeeper, for a normal business enterprise where transactions are in both forms, in cash also, in credit also, their cash basis is not suitable way. Now let's take what are the advantages of accrual basis. It discloses true profit or loss for a particular period and also depicts true financial position of the business at the end of a particular period, because it takes into account all transactions relating to a particular period and takes into account all adjustments like outstanding expenses, paid, prepaid, accrued and income received in advance. So simple words, you can say that accrual basis accounting gives true and fair view of profit or loss and financial position at the end of the year, because it includes all the cash and credit transaction of the business. It follows the matching principle of accounting. As we discussed that cash basis does not follow the matching principle. Third point, there is consistency in the computation of profits of different years in accrual basis, because it makes a distinction between capital and revenue expenditure. Capital and revenue expenditure, we discussed about these expenditure also, or later we will discuss more about these. So in accrual basis, there is a consistency in profits of different years. Easily you can compare, easily you can make comparison into your profits, because there is a consistency in profits, or it is recognized by Companies Act 2013, as we discussed about this point earlier. Now let's move on the next point, disadvantages of accrual basis of accounting. It is not as simple as cash basis of accounting. Sure, it will be. How it will be simple? Because it includes all the transaction of business, while cash basis includes only cash transactions. So that is simple, but accrual basis is not a simple. It requires the use of estimates and personal judgments also. Let's take the example. Let's take the differences between both bases. Basis of distinction, that is recording of cash and credit transactions. I think now you also become intelligent. Now you can also tell the differences between both the bases. These are very simple topics. Cash basis records only the cash transactions, while the accrual basis makes a complete record of all cash as well as credit transactions. Means cash basis of accounting records only cash transactions, while accrual basis records all transactions, whether that are cash or credit. Timing of recording of incomes. As per this basis, only those incomes are recorded which have been received in cash. But in accrual basis, all incomes are recorded whether cash is received for them or not. Timing of recording of expenses. In cash basis, we record the expenses that have been paid in cash. But in accrual basis, all expenses are recorded whether the cash is paid for them or not. Outstanding expenses, prepaid expenses, accrued incomes or income received in advance. Cash basis does not take into consideration outstanding, prepaid, accrued and income received in advance, but accrual basis takes into consideration all such items. Legal position, as we discussed that cash basis is not recognized under Companies Act, but accrual basis is recognized under the Companies Act 2013. Ascertainment of correct profit or loss, you can tell this point also, that if we are doing accounting with a cash basis, then we cannot ascertain the true profit or loss of a business, but in accrual basis we can ascertain correct profit or loss in a business, because it records all the details, all the transactions of a business. Suitability, cash basis is suitable for professional people like doctors, lawyers, etc. But accrual basis is adopted by business enterprises with profit motive. Accrual basis is suitable for business enterprises, or cash basis is suitable for professionals like doctors, lawyers, because they are not doing any transaction in credit. Now the last point of this chapter is hybrid or mixed basis of accounting. Mixed means this is a mixture of cash and credit. This is a mixture of cash basis of accounting and accrual basis of accounting. So the basis of accounting is the mixture of cash basis and accrual basis. Under hybrid basis of accounting, revenues and assets are recorded on cash basis, whereas expenses and liabilities are recorded on accrual basis. What is the point? That in this method, Cash basis and accrual basis both are mixed. All the revenues, incomes, assets, all are recorded on cash basis, while all the payments, all the expenses, all the liabilities that are recorded on accrual basis. Usually professional people such as doctors, lawyers adopt this method and prepare receipt and expenditure account to ascertain their net income during a period. This is not so important point, but you have to know the meaning of this accounting, that what we do in mixed basis. This is a mixture of cash and accrual basis. All the receipts and assets are recorded on cash basis, while all the payments, all the liabilities, all the expenditures are recorded on accrual basis. And this basis is suitable for professionals like doctors, lawyers, etc. So this was our chapter number 4th, and in this we discussed about process of accounting, cash basis of accounting, accrual basis of accounting, hybrid or mixed basis of accounting. These points we have discussed in this chapter. So in next video we will start chapter number 5th. But before chapter number 5th, I will give you a test paper very soon, and you will solve the test paper with the knowledge of these 4 chapters. If you have any doubt, ask me by comments, by WhatsApp, by call, whatever. So that's all for today. Thank you so much. Bye.